Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome along to your pre-match build-up here on the Rangers Rabble Podcast, brought to you by the Rabble Network. My name's Martin. I'm your host, and my co-host tonight, brand new to the podcast, is Alan. Alan, how are you?
I am all good, although I'm not quite sure what to make of the team news, but I'm sure we'll get into it.
Well, as you can see there, well, I'll read it out, even though it's on screen. But Butland, Giga,
Mhm.
Suter, Cornelius, Aarons, Raskin, Barron, Magoma, Danilo, Chermite, and Moore. Alan, is that a 3-5-2? Is that a 3-4-3? Is it some fancy wangled four something something? I don't know. What is that?
Oh, God knows. I think I noticed one of the other pages I followed, Moore down as an attacking mid, but
Mhm.
the fact it's Raskin, Barron, and Moore in midfield slightly concerned me a wee bit. I think we'll miss. I thought Asgard was good on Sunday. He was really strong, held up the ball well, linked up play well, and to have Raskin, Moore, and Barron in the midfield, I think we might miss that height. And I think Raskin, he gave the ball away quite a few times on Sunday as well, so that
Mm.
concerns me a wee bit. But obviously, Danny Rohl's not giving us any evidence to not trust his judgment, so we just need to go with it and assume that he knows what he's doing. So I don't know what to make it, to be honest, but I'm excited to see what happens. I think he's maybe noticed that. I think he's went for legs, to be honest, because
That's
he's
exactly what
noticed
he's
that
went for. Yeah.
uh, he's noticed the threat for Nicky Cadden and Cleege on the left because they two link up so well, and Cleege's got absolute pace to run. He's like a two Bob Rocket when he gets going, and Tav just wouldn't be able to cope with that. I don't think. So I
Yeah,
think he's made the
but
right call with
Alan,
Aaron's.
on that, Alan, we'll
Mm-hmm.
touch on that now before we come to the Asgard thing. Aaron's in at right back or right wing back or right midfielder or whatever the hell you want to call it. Over Tav. Again, somebody made a great point on the afternoon rabble today that we can't keep going on and on and on about Aaron's if we're blaming Russell Martin for how it all went. So he needs to be given a chance at some point. Is tonight, though, the game that you would have put Aaron's into this Rangers team?
I don't know. No, I don't think in place of Tav. Tav created the most chances. Done the assist for Cornelius to get the opening goal on Sunday, and he created the most chances out of anybody in the game. So to take that out of the team altogether is a big risk, in my opinion. But we've seen glimpses of how good Aaron's can be. His first couple of games, it was absolutely brilliant, and then for whatever reason, uh, Russell Martin got his claws into him, and he had obviously that red card against Bruges just completely killed it for him until Russell Martin left. So it's a big chance for him to redeem himself, to be honest, and I hope he does.
Well, as where is it? As CGM saying, Tav is 34. He can't play every game anymore. Do you think there's any chance? In fact, no. I'll ask it first before we go to Jaden Magoma. Do you think there's any chance that the managers looked at tonight with Sunday in mind?
Potentially, potentially, but I just think he's went for legs. He's noticed the pace in the Hibs team, and I think he's got a bit of PTSD for Bran, their first goal, when Tav was away up the pitch and he struggled to get back, and he's seen how easily we were carved open. And he did say in his press conference that he did identify that when we can leave gaps at times and we can leave them exposed. I think that is maybe one of the things he was referencing in his press conference. He's maybe trying to nullify that or preempt it before it happens. I think that's one factor to consider. Obviously, I think Sunday, I think that will be another one, to be honest. Try and keep him fresh. But I do think he'll come in the second half, maybe even at half time. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. Right, I'll tell you what then. If I can get it to work, it would be handy. Let's hear from Jaden Magoma. A young boy who I don't think for the foreseeable is going to get a rest. But yeah, okay, let's hear what you had to say.
Jaden, back to league action. How excited are you and the boys for this one?
Yeah, I mean, every game is exciting for us. We're in a good place at the moment, and today hopefully we can get the 3 points.
Yeah, it's important to build on what was a positive result on Sunday, but also a positive performance as well.
Yeah, like I said before, it's all about winning here, and that's what we're ready to do today.
Yeah, you've not had a lot of time on the training pitch with obviously the head coach, but what has his sort of message been to the squad?
No, just to be hungry and find ways to win games of football, and that's what we've done on the weekend, and hopefully we can execute again today.
Yeah, is tonight an opportunity as well just to show that improvement and I guess move more towards what the head coach wants to see in his team?
Yeah, as I said before, for us it's all about progression and keep getting better and better, and that's what the best teams do.
Obviously midweek, away from home, under the lights, I mean, is this a place where you really need to show the other side of your game as well in terms of character and mentality and digging into?
Of course, we know what opponent we're facing today. Every game is tough in Scotland, and today will be tough as well. We know what we need to do to get the 3 points.
Yeah, what qualities do you need to show tonight to come away with a positive result?
Hunger, aggression, all the things associated with Hibs that we know we need to combat. So yeah.
Sometimes you forget how young the guys are, don't you? He's just a Wayne, man. He's just a Wayne. But he did mention there, Al, that the hunger, the determination, the things that have been lacking in this Rangers team that we have all said as Rangers supporters are non-negotiables. And that's what you mentioned about the midfield, about Asgard, and I said that today as well. The only thing that would worry me about if Asgard was playing tonight was that kind of closing down, aggression, front foot, try to win the ball back straight away. That's not Asgard's game. So therefore, that's why the kind of midfield. I mean, midfield 3 or is that midfield 2? Raskin and Barron, I don't know. I'd be worried about getting into a Hibs game with just a 2 in the middle. But Moore gives you, I think, a little bit more of that closing down ability than what Asgard does.
I think so, definitely. And if he is playing attacking mid, that's where he said he's wanted to play all along. But as long as we do the basics that we've done on Sunday, so closing them down, winning every second ball, just being hungry and wanting to play for Rangers. You've seen some difference in Sunday compared to the game against Brann. The chests were out, the heads were up. Not once did you see somebody, even when Kilmarnock scored that goal, Russell Martin's team, their heads would have went right down after that and they would never have recovered. But you've seen that even when Kilmarnock scored that goal, I wasn't under any, I didn't have any concerns that they would then go on to win or get a result on Sunday, to be honest, because you've seen the game plan from the first half and I thought this is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out because we've not really been that successful anytime we've tried a 3 at the back. It doesn't really seem to be a formation that suits Rangers. The only thing, I suppose, defensive-wise that's worrying me is it'll probably be Cornelius on the left of the 3, Suter in the middle and Giga on the right. So on that right side of defence, you've got Giga and Aarons, 2 players who have really, really struggled with confidence. That's the only thing. And I'm trying to be as positive as I possibly can because I'm looking forward to seeing this formation. I'm looking forward to seeing how Raskin and Barron get on in the middle of the park. I'm looking to see if Mikey Moore can take another step and with his confidence and put in an even better performance than he did against Kilmarnock. And also the 2 up top and Danilo and Chermiti. I'm excited about that because I think that will work. But just that right-hand side of the defence is the only part of that team I think that if I was going into that game, worries me slightly.
Aye, a little bit. I think the jury's very much out on Nasser Giga. I think there is a player in there, but it seems to be, I don't know if it's lacking confidence or maybe errors of judgment, but it just sometimes seems to make decisions that make you wonder why he made that decision at that time. And obviously, Max Aarons, we've not really seen much of him since Bruges, to be honest, even though we know what he can do. So it is a wee bit concerning, but you just don't know. This is the thing with Danny Rohl. There's no such thing as a set formation or a rigid formation. You don't know if Giga's going to let's swap with Suter during the game, or swap with Cornelius during the game. You just don't know. And this is a good thing about Danny Rohl. Nobody knows what he's going to do. As you can see for the lineup, even the lineup people are like, what actually is this? Nobody knows. And that's what I love about him. It's as if he's went round individually, get every single player and said, right, what are you good at? Where do you want to play? And they've all told him. And he's went, right, I'll try and fit you in somewhere. I'll try and do something to give you game time. Where do you want to play? That's what it feels like to me. Whereas Russell Martin before was just, you're playing here and that's it. But so, and also, obviously, I can see a comment there, Suter's captain, which is fair enough, I suppose. But I think Suter actually had the most passes as well on Sunday. Seemed to be a bit more assured on the ball on Sunday, so hopefully he takes that form into this game, because we're going to need it with Kieran Bowie and Cleege up front. They're a dangerous threat.
Yeah, we'll talk about Hibs in a wee second. And I've not actually looked at the Hibs lineup, which I probably should have done before we started, but I take it you have, Alan?
No.
Well, there we go.
There we go.
I'll have a wee quick look at the Hibs lineup while we hear from the manager. Now, I've been told there's music in this or whatever. I don't care if there is. Let's just hear. It's only a minute and 30 seconds. Let's hear what the manager had to say before the game.
Danny, back to league action so quickly. How excited are you in the squad for this one?
Yeah, of course, I'm excited. I think after the game on Sunday, we felt the positive energy. It was the first small step, but today, of course, it's important to make the next step. Yeah, we want to have wins in a row. We know it's a big challenge today here in this stadium, but we are prepared to, and I'm looking forward to see again my team on the pitch to try to win this game.
Yeah, is that the most important thing tonight, that you're building on the positives from Sunday?
Yeah, of course. I think after one win, it's nothing. Yeah, it's just a small step, and for this, we have to do everything right today to take the next win, because we know, two wins in a row gives us more belief, and we can building up on this.
Just on your starting lineup, 5 changes from Sunday. Just talk us through the thinking behind that.
Yeah, I think important is that I use the full squad. We have so many games at the moment in a row. You have to rotate, and I think on Sunday we saw that we had a strong bench as well. And today we start with some players from them, and then other players come on and they have to make the impact.
And just finally, what qualities do you want to see from your side tonight?
Yeah, we have to be aggressive, we want to play forward, and we have to be also careful about the counter-attacks. I think this is very important to understand. Have a good rest defense, and then you get not easy transition moments against us.
Well, there we go. Very, very poor audio quality there. That wasn't me, by the way. That was Rangers TV. There's nothing I can do about that. And I should say, by the way, in case the YouTube copywriters are watching, I got that off Twitter. So it's a public forum, so you can't do me for it. You can't do me for it. Just quickly looking at Hibs, Alan, before we come back to Rangers. Martin Boyle on the bench. Is that a surprise for you?
I don't think so. No, for me personally, because he started with Bowie and Cleege up front at the weekend. And I watched the highlights, and you did see they had some kind of connection at the weekend with Nicky Cadden. So I'm not surprised, to be honest. I know a lot of people might be, but he's obviously seen that work at the weekend, and he's kept it. And I think Martin Boyle, he was quite effective when he came off the bench at the weekend as well. So maybe he's got an eye on that.
Yeah, I mean, he has affected us in the past, and it's the pace. It's the pace. I mean, Suter's not the fastest. Giga's got a wee bit of pace about him, so does Cornelius, but we don't have rapid defenders. So I don't know much about that Cleege. I don't know if he is fast or what. I know he cost him £1 million. But I don't know how
he is fast.
Is he fast, is he?
He's faster than me, aye. That's not saying much, but he's rapid.
My daughter's 11 and she's faster than me. So as Lyndon's saying, he is very fast. So maybe there you go. They've got the pace.
He's rapid. Yes.
What do you expect for Hibs tonight? Is it from what I'm thinking and what I've seen for Hibs in the past? They're going to come at us straight away.
Definitely, and they've started to pick up. They've started to pick up form as well. I know, obviously, they beat Livy 4-0, and before that game, it was going back to I think August before they'd won in the league. But now they're picking up form. They're picking up results. and it looks like they're starting to get back to where they were at the end of last season. So I think we're going to see that. We're going to see a lot of running in behind, a lot of direct passing, trying to expose any spaces that we've left. I think that's what Danny Rohl referenced in his, I think it was yesterday, the press conference. They said that when we press, we need to press in the right way and be careful with our press as well when we're going forward, because he knows that if you leave any spaces exposed, then you're just going to go for it. So I think they'll go all guns blazing, as they should. But I think we just need to be wary Bowie and Clegy up front.
Yeah, Kieran Bowie's the worry for me.
Definitely, he's brilliant.
He's a brilliant striker. I think if once Stevie Clark leaves Scotland, I think he'll maybe get his chance, and I think he'll be Scotland's next striker. We have to be, which we haven't been now. We've got to be defensively solid tonight, because Hibs concede goals, yes, but they also score goals.
Mm-hmm. Aye, definitely. And the whole Max Aarons thing kind of surprised me a wee bit, because he played Gassama on the right wing back at the weekend when we know Gassama's get pace to burn. We know how fast he is. So I thought it would keep him there to cope with Clegy and that Nicky Cadden link up. But for whatever reason, he's got Max Aarons there. And if he thinks Max Aarons is capable of nullifying that threat, then fair enough. But in my opinion, Gassama would have been better there. But at the same time, would Gassama track back like Max Aarons is going to? That's another thing. So
yeah,
it's just one of those. Obviously, we can sit here and say, "I wouldn't have done that," but we don't know what he's thinking. It could be an absolute genius for all we know, and I hope he is.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Gassama, because he's been probably our most. I mean, not probably. He has been our most creative player this season by some distance. He's been. I know he kind of filtered off a wee tiny bit, but he's probably been out with Jack Butland, our best player this season. So, who's creating for us tonight? I'm looking at Raskin and Barron as the sitters. You've got Mikey Moore, who had a decent game against Kilmarnock when he came on, but hasn't really set the header alight. You're thinking Danilo and Chermiti will probably stay as high as they can. Maybe Danilo dropping back. So, where's the creativity in this Rangers team?
That's my big concern. I mean, Jotun Tav, 4 chances created at the weekend, an assist, and then Gassama, who has been, apart from Jack Butland, as you say, probably our best player. So it is a massive concern. Nico Raskin, I can't remember the last time he created much. I know I suppose he had made a couple of big chances at the weekend, right enough. But he's not had like a good, consistent run of games where he's been solid. The last game he was good was Hibs, really. Connor Barron, he does have a good eye for defence splitting passes and likes to play forward. So I'm hoping that obviously he'll create a few things. And if Mikey Moore feels like he's best in attacking mid, then you would like to think that's because he thinks he can make an impact, like the maximum impact he can. But I'm in your boat. I slightly worry where the chances are going to come from. I think Magoma can fire a lot more balls into the box. He's got a good cross on him, but for whatever reason, he seems to either be reluctant to get up or be reluctant to put that final ball in the box. He tends to cut back and play it back, but I don't know if that's just a Russell Martin hangover again, and whether he might change that tonight. I hope he does, because he does have a good delivery into the box. I suppose when Sutter's on it, he does have a good eye for a pass as well, similar to what Connor Goldson used to have. So maybe that would be another one, a long ball up to Danilo, and then Danilo would put it down for Chermiti. I don't know. But it is a concern. You would like to think that those kind of impact players will come on the second half and make a massive difference. I mean, they've got to. I don't think they would ever come on the second half and not make a difference. I would worry if they did. But I'm just as worried as you. And I don't know if you're going to come on to it, but I don't know what's happened to Oliver Antman either, because he seems to be excluded for everything. So there's another one. But I have big concerns as well, to be honest.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I will have to say first is that channel member Paul did call this morning. To be fair, on the morning rabble, he called
Right.
the formation. He also called the front two, and if I didn't say that, then he would absolutely go through me on the morning rabble tomorrow. Ant-Man is
Did they actually?
he called it. Aye.
That's mental.
Ant-Man's it's a strange one because he was asked. The manager was asked right to the end of the press conference yesterday, "Is Ant-Man available?" And he said, "Yep, he's available." And I can't remember his exact words after it, so I'm totally paraphrasing. Something like along the lines of, "But it's very difficult right now." So yeah, he was available. He's not on the bench. Does that tell you that the manager's either saying to him, "You need to show me more," or he just doesn't fancy him?
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because they said, is Ant-Man available? And they said, yes, it's available, but will he be picked? That's difficult. then RTV just cut the press conference and the edit when the guy was asking something else, which is just bizarre. But I think when I was watching stuff with Danny Rohl when he first came, I say first came like it was ages ago, it was last week. But watching one of the Sheffield Wednesday boys, and he said, if there's players, it doesn't matter who they are, how much they cost, when they came, if there's players he doesn't fancy, he'll just take them into a room, sit them down and say, look, I'm sorry, I know what you mean to this club, I know how much it cost, but you just don't suit how I want to play, so you're not going to play for me. And that's it. But I don't know if, obviously I can't, we're just speculating if that's happened with Oliver Ant-Man, but it just seems it's a bit too steep a fall for me to be, if he's available and fit and he's been playing until now, to just not be in the squad at all. It just seems a wee bit weird to me, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
it's a
again,
strange one.
Aye, we just need to trust their judgment. That's all we can do.
Well, listen, I'm fully behind the manager. If the
100%.
If the manager was putting Chermiti at centre back, I'm behind him. I don't care. I'm all aboard the Danny Rohl train, and I'm really, really looking forward to the night. Before we go, can I just ask everybody? I don't know why I'm looking that way and pointing, but can I just ask everybody to give a like and make sure that you are subscribed on our YouTube. Follow us across all socials. For every afternoon rabble build up and reaction, we are live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So make sure you're following across all of them. Make sure you give a like and subscribe on the old YouTube as well. And if you want to watch the watch along with Alex, if you want access to loads and loads of extra content, then do consider becoming a member of the Rabble Network now. The links for which are in the description. Right, how are we approaching this game then, Alan? I've got a feeling, and we don't know because the game's not started yet, that we are going to soak up a little bit of pressure. We're going to let Hibs come on and soak it up a little bit and work our way into the game.
100%. But I mean, with the lineup that we've got and the lineup that they've got, we're going to need to. So I definitely think we're going to soak up some pressure. It will be interesting because we don't have, in my opinion anyway, we don't seem to have much an outball as opposed to Sunday, other than just
Chermiti,
punting
maybe?
the ball up the park. Aye. Well, aye. That's what I mean. But what I meant to say was we don't seem to have much pace.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the only thing we'll be doing is punting up the park, hoping for a layoff, or I don't know. We get to see Mikey Moore in that midfield working with Barron and Raskin, so that could be some magical combination that we might never expect. But we just need to wait and see. That's all we can do.
He is a manager, Alan, who changes it throughout the game. He might start with a 3-4-1-2 or the 3-4-2 or whatever it is. You can tell I'm a very good football manager. But he changes it in the game. And then obviously, if he's going to be bringing on the likes of Asgard or Miovski or whoever, Gassama, he's going to have to change the formation then because they don't fit into that way that he wants to play. So he's a manager who's adaptable throughout games.
Aye, definitely. And that's what I love about him. Like his last 5 games at Sheffield Wednesday, played 3 different formations in his last 5 games. So you're definitely adaptable. And you notice the runs on Sunday. Like Gassama would start wing back and then when we were in possession, it would just gradually drift over to like middle of the park and then over to the left, and you're like, what? The transitions were absolutely phenomenal for me. There was no rigid position. Players were just swapping, changing, running into space, but not running out of position so far. Like not Russell Martin style, where they never get back into position. We were left exposed. They were still able to get back when they needed to. So, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest.
Yeah, and just finally then, looking at that team, with about, what was that, 19 minutes to go, are you confident?
Aye, quietly confident. I'm going to say Cleege score the first goal and we'll win 3-1 again. That's what I'm going for.
I don't like the fact that you've got him scoring first, because I can't be dealing with that tonight.
I think it'll be similar to Sunday. I think the first half will be a bit tepid, and then the second half will just go all guns blazing. To be honest, I think that's potentially one of the reasons for the lineup as well, because he does kind of play a game of two halves. From what I'm hearing from when he was at Wednesday, like first half would be a bit slow, and then the second half would be hell for leather, or vice versa. So maybe that's another thing to consider as well.
Listen, people on the I didn't want to bring it up, but folk on the letting it go, Alan. That's you. You've officially been named Jamie Vardy. That's it.
What's one of his celebrations? Is it that?
I've got no idea.
Or is that? No, that's Castana. He done that. I'm sure he done that a few times. Or is it that?
I don't know, but I can tell you, even when he's in his 80s, he'd be faster than me and you. But yeah, that's it. I think you're now known as the Jamie Vardy of the Rabble. So there we go.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Over on Facebook, Richard McAteer, confident because it's different. Until 5 minutes in, we're under a bit of pressure and everybody's screaming and shouting about changing back to a 4-2-3-1. That's exactly what's going to happen. Alan, mate, listen, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
No, it's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you to everybody in the comments. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and all that good stuff. Like I say, if you are a member, in about 10 minutes' time, you can join Alex over on the members page on YouTube, or if you're on Patreon, because the watch-alongs are live on Patreon as well. So thank you, everybody. We'll be back immediately, 5-10 minutes after the full-time whistle for full match reaction. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the game, and we'll speak soon.